So, I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'm just gonna rip off the Band-Aid. I'm retiring from making reactions to Slenderman series. I'm recording this 3 days after I recorded my reactions, and I'm releasing this in 2 weeks, so if you're seeing this, that means that I've continued to stick with my decision to discontinue my reactions to specifically the Slenderman subgenre. This is going to be my last ranting video for a while, and I'm going to let you all know, if you don't want to watch this after this part, go right on ahead. But I'm going to get very ranty from this point forward. I'm going to try and edit the parts out that aren't important, and just give you the most cohesive and coherent versions of my thoughts. So, here we go. The reason why I don't want to react to anything anymore is because I no longer enjoy it at all. Making the most recent reactions, and not just to Stan Frederick, but reactions before that, it felt more like a chore than a fun little hobby like it used to. And I'm just not feeling the passion in it anymore. I'm not passionate about Slenderman series. I can't feel it. And I think the reason for that is because I've been doing this for 4 years. I've been making reactions to Slenderman shows for 4 years. I started in March 2012 when Marble Hornets Season 3 started, and I haven't stopped. I've become desensitized to Slenderman. He's no longer a threat to me. He's no longer scaring me, and as such, I can't enjoy it anymore. And I told myself that the day that I no longer have fun making reactions is the day I stop. That's today. Why am I not feeling it? Why am I not enjoying it? I actually had to take a step back and go, alright, what changed? What's gone wrong? I'm still a fan of horror, science fiction, mysteries, and suspense. I still love getting that kick. I mean, it's partly because again, after doing it for 4 years, I know the story beats, I know where the story is going. And I realized that that's not my fault, but that's really more of a fault on the subgenre as a whole. And now here's where I'm going to start sounding a little bit bitter, because I am, but now I have a reason for it. Now I know the reason why I'm bitter. That's because for the last few years there's been no creativity in the Slenderman genre. There's been no changes, no innovation, no attempts to do anything new. Yeah, but Keegan, you might argue, there's been tons of new series. No, every series I've seen or tried to watch does exactly the same thing as every single series out there. There's been no changes to the Slenderman mythology. How the Slenderman operates, it's been the same for years. It boggles my mind why. Why hasn't it been changed? Why haven't people been doing new things with this creature, this monster? I can't answer that, because I don't know. But I do know what I've seen, and I've seen the same things. Everyone's copying Marble Hornets. And I know, I have a bias for Marble Hornets, but even Marble Hornets wasn't that great. They were just the first, okay, that's all. But the only reason why they're up there on my list of quality Slenderman shows is because they were the first. Simple as that. They came up with the visual tearing, the audio distortions, everything, and it worked. And everyone after that copied them. Just did what they did, but did it not as good, and just did it not as well. And I don't know, I think it took me watching Stan Frederick to really, truly see that. And it's not, I'm not shitting on the creator of Stan Frederick. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's talented. He's got potential. I see the ambition. When he was 16 years old, he still made something that was really good. It was just Marble Hornets, but they're teenagers. And I can't enjoy that. I can't enjoy something that is derivative of someone else. And, well, Keegan, you might argue again. Nothing's truly original. Everything's inspired by something else. And that's true. Nothing exists in a vacuum. A lot of things were inspired by people. But the difference between inspiration and copying is that when someone's inspired by another work, they take what worked from that and then make something different. They remove all the downsides and they bring something new to those factors. Marble Hornets were trendsetters and created all of the different ways that Slenderman works. But everybody else copied it. It wasn't inspired, it was copied. Let me ask you this question. Name a Slenderman series that doesn't have audio distortions, visual tearing, camera glitches, nosebleeds, headaches, coughing, and an antagonist channel where someone is either possessed or has a split personality, or both, and that person is someone who's a very close friend to the protagonist. I'm not hearing an answer because there is none. Evan Hybrid has Evan, possessed by habit. Stan Frederick has someone possessed by Fedora Man, who my guess is Kevin, but I'm not going to go further into that because I can't. I can't enjoy it. Tribe 12 has, I believe his name is Kevin, possessed by the Observer, and even then you have the Collective, which is made of his aunt and his cousin. So when a show does that, when a Slenderman show does that exact same format, exact same antagonist channel that To the Ark was, that's not original, that's not inspired, that is just copying what worked and bringing nothing else to the table. Changing one factor, making them something else, that's not new, that's just... Slenderman shows, unfortunately, fall under the trope of like X, but Y. It's like Marble Hornets, but they're teenagers. Like Marble Hornets, but there's a cult. Like Marble Hornets, but they're possessed. Like Marble Hornets, but they're possessed and it's a cult. I just can't enjoy something like that. Like I said, there's no creativity, there's no innovation. These are people who are ambitious. They understand what they're doing. They know what they want and they know how to get it. They're very talented people. Which is why I can't fathom why they don't try something new. It's been 7 years since Marble Hornets first came out. 7 years. And no one's done anything new for 7 years. They're still using the audio glitches, still using the video tearing, still using the camera distortion. And I get it. It's a fantastic visual way of showing when the Slenderman is nearby. I get it. But why can't we try something new? That's all I ask. I'm asking, why can't we try and find a different way to tell this story without using the same narrative and visual signs that someone else created 7 years ago? I don't know. I can't ask. I don't know why. There seems to be this ironic fear of bringing new ideas to this horror genre. And again, these people, they're talented, they're ambitious. But Slenderman is the go-to antagonist when you want to create a low-budget, found-footage horror. You just instantly go to Slenderman, because it's easy. And because it's easy, everyone's doing it. And because of that, the subgenre has been stagnating for a while. And therefore my channel, which is nothing but 4 years of Slenderman reactions, has also been stagnating. I've been stagnating. I haven't been going anywhere. I haven't changed. And neither has the subgenre. So which means one of the two of us needs to change. Either the people making these videos are, or I have to. And I'm not going to ask these people who are heavily invested in making these stories to change midway through their plans. I'm not going to do that. Which means I have to be the one to change. I have to be the one to step back and go, what can I do different? And as a consumer, I have to stop. I have to be the change I want to see, to misquote Gandhi. It's a misplaced quote, but it fits. If I want to see a change in the horror community on YouTube, then I'm going to have to do it. And that's why I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Last night I sat down and I wrote a pilot episode for a horror series. It is based on creepypasta on the internet. I am, full disclosure, it isn't original, but no one has done it in a web series fashion. Again, maybe it is an adaptation, and I'll fully admit, it is slightly hypocritical to be accusing people making Slenderman videos of not being original while adapting something that isn't original in the next sentence. But the reason why I will back up my argument and stand with it is because Slenderman's been out for 7 years. There's been 7 years of opportunities for people to make new things and try them out. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. That's all I can do is try to make something that other people can enjoy, that isn't derivative, that isn't overly critical like my last few reactions have been. And it's something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I can put that passion into, and hopefully other people can be passionate about it with me. What I'm trying to do, what I'm going to do, is hopefully in the next couple of months film a series based on the SCP Foundation. If you look it up, it's a series of short stories on anomalous artifacts and materials that can cause horrific and catastrophic events in the world. And this foundation secures them and keeps them safe from the rest of humanity. I've already written 2 episodes. One's a pilot, an introduction to the series and how they'll play out, and another on an actual artifact inside the Foundation. There's over 2,000 of these stories on the SCP Foundation website. There's so many different ways, so many stories to tell, that there's going to be no chance to stagnate. There's going to be no chance to just flatline, because it's going to be something new every single episode, while keeping with the theme, while keeping with hopefully frightening events, and all that. And I don't want people to think that I'm just self-plugging on this. I'm not. I'm drawing attention to something that I'm going to do to prove that I'm not just talking shit, that I am actually going to get up out of this chair, go out there, and attempt to make the change that I want to see. Attempt to breathe some life to the horror genre on YouTube. If it works, then awesome. If it doesn't, I tried. And that's all you can really do. And, you know, I know I said specifically Slenderman videos. I might react to another horror series involving something else, but 4 years of reactions, there's not a lot I can do. I mean, I might upload a vlog now and again. In terms of reactions, it's safe to say that I'm done with it entirely. Just don't have the energy for it anymore. I don't have the energy to pretend that I'm enjoying myself. And again, I don't want to That's disingenuous. That's lying to myself, and that's lying to you. I'm not closing down my channel. I'm going to leave everything up. But in terms of new content, it's going to be very few and far between, most likely. Too long didn't watch. I'm retiring from making reaction videos indefinitely. I no longer find joy in watching Slenderman videos. The Slenderman subgenre has been stagnating for a while, and so have I. I'm making a new web series to try and counteract that, to make sure that, at least to try and breathe some life into this. Goodbye, I guess. My opinion is probably the unpopular one, and I know a bunch of people will comment on this and argue with me, and it's probably my most disliked video, and I'm okay with that. Because this is YouTube. This is where you can go out there and talk about your opinions, and everyone can say that you're wrong. It's not going to change the fact that I'm not going to make any new videos. And it's not going to change the fact that it's not going to change Slenderman web series. I fully accept that my opinion is going to change jack shit. That's why my actions are going to speak louder than my words, and I'm going to have, I'm going to be making a script hopefully by the end of July. I mean, not a script, I have the script written. I'll actually film it by the end of July, because I have another project lined up for the next few weeks. And hopefully around August I can get something out there to show everyone what I want to do. So that's it. If you're still here, thank you for being here for 4 years. Thank you for being here from the beginning. Thank you for being here for the last few months, weeks, or even days. It's been a blast. For the most part, it has been a blast, and I don't regret a thing. It's time for me to find something new. And to everyone out there who's been sticking with me, I really appreciate it. I honestly really appreciate it. I have 800 subscribers. That's unimaginable to me. I can't believe it. It just really blows my mind. So thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being there with me. Thank you for being there with me to the end. And I will see you all when I see you next. Goodbye.